Well, hello, all my mama car building buddies. This here is Glenn's Models. I'm Glenn, and trust me, I am wearing pants. Really, for sure. All right, first things first is, I got a prayers for Paul Rogers at Styrene Relics. He's not doing so hot. I guess he's getting better, but he's still going through a lot of stuff. So as many prayers as y'all can send, and some hugs, if you don't mind. Some hugs can always be necessary and well received. So yeah, Paul Rogers at Styrene Relics, give the guy a lot of love and a lot of prayers. Thank you very much. Now we have shop card shout out for, drum roll please. Oh, that was great. Woody's Scale Model Garage. This is a good channel, y'all. You need to go over and subscribe to it. Hit the black bell so you get all his latest posts. You'll like Woody. He is really a nice guy. And he builds cool models and he has a nice show. It's entertaining, so take my word for it. Y'all don't mind. Going over, here it is right there at the bottom, on YouTube at Woody's Scale Model Garage. Don't forget that at. That's an important thing. Okay. Yeah, but and thank you, Woody, for the kind words on the back. I will use them indiscriminately throughout this episode. Thank you very much. Next is, I'm not sure what I want to do next. I got a really good how-to project coming up. I'm trying, guys. I know everybody. Okay. I did say Spotlight, didn't I? Yeah, y'all go check them out. And my memory is not that good, but I do remember how to do some things, like how to build a straight axle. So there you go with that. And yeah, so let's get on with that. Let me see, where's the page? I got a couple of paper things here. Here's the page, and before I cut this off, y'all seen it before, but I'll put it up to where you can read it real good before I move from this segment. And this is out of a catalog that I got. I get these speed parts catalogs, and anything, when you're scratch building something, anything you want to know about an axle is right here. The drop, the drilled, the size, and let me see. It is a 2-inch with 0.25 wall. That's 2-inch inside and a 1/4 inch on either side. So that makes it a 2.5-inch pipe. And you got your one of these things. This used to have a digital numbery thing on it, but it wore out. And then the screw thing that locked it wore out. So now I use tape. And this is, can you see it there? That's right at 3 inches. Each one of these lines is a scale inch in 1/25. If you look, it's just a little under. So this was almost 3-inch, but I couldn't find any that was 2.5. So you got that, and yeah, you cut a fish mouth in the end with your round file, and then take the, what did I do? I didn't bring, hang on a second, I gotta go get some. I'm always so unprepared. Anyway, this is a smaller tubing. This piece here is somewhat smaller than the axle. I don't know why, but if you look in the picture, there it is. See, it's somewhat smaller, and it sticks up on either side like this. So there you go. This is the next size smaller that I have, and I don't recommend using tubing. I use solid rod, because the glue gets inside of there and it softens the whole thing up, and then things start going crazy on you, unless you're going to make it work. Now you can make this steering, you got your hole through the thing, and when you put your other parts on, then they're gonna they're going to steer. These are the other parts. They're in the picture there, so I don't actually have to show you. If I can get it to focus. Focus! There, see? Got one on top and one on bottom, whichever is the top and bottom. And then that. And I got lucky with these wheels. I think these are the front wheels from 33 Willie's Gas there by Rebel. Yeah, there they are. And they fit inside these hollow tires pretty good. And the boss on the back come out just about the right size, so you know, I just glued it right on there. But every single tire you have, no matter how many of these you build, I have built like more, I guess maybe 100 or so, really, and every one of them is different in here. You know, the mounting the mounting of the wheel to the spindle is different every time. So I can't tell you a standard. All I can tell you is once you pick out your wheels, just there you go. The next thing I wanted to point out, this don't look too bad, you know. I didn't put the arms that come out for the thing, but they're on the picture, and you just have to put them on and cut them out and glue them on. The other thing I wanted to show you was this. This is this guy. I'm going to go ahead and make him a gasser, okay? He's going to have a straight axle up here in the front. This is the front. And it'll be jacked up a little bit in the back, but probably not very much. It'll be slightly nose high. I don't know. We'll see when I get it that far. But I wanted to show you here. This is the subframe, and I'm going to be putting springs, leaf springs on it. If I can keep it in the thing where you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to be putting leaf springs on it. So I don't need all this K-member, and I don't need these A-frames, so I just cut them off. But if you look here, you can see where I left the motor mount right here, and that piece running back from it, and then trimmed everything away and that. So the motor still sitting in there. Boink, sit right down in there. And it's not the most beautiful motor mounts, but if a body wants it better, it can just fill in between the frame and this, and then cut away all this extra that he don't need, you know. But this, you just cut it away, yeah. And that's the subframe I'll be using. And next week I'll show you how to set the ride height, like that. Yeah, ride height next week, and then hopefully maybe some on the springs, but that whole ride height takes up a few minutes, and I'm going to have to do this in pieces. So, and I got to do it already done like this and this, because it takes a while for the glue to dry before you can move to the next step. But this is going to be all right here. Oh, that's what I was going to show. I still got a minute here. Wait, yeah. Here we go. I'm going to move Jigger back. He's in my way. And I'm in my way. The world is in my way. Dang it. Okay, here we go. I'll turn it up like this. We're going to put our wheels where we want them. Right there. Yep, that's too far out. And we certainly don't want them all pigeon-toed in here. So we want them right about there. That's where I want them. See? Not too far out, not too far in. Now, all I have to do is, with the pin that I don't have here already, I would make a mark right here in the middle of the axle, which, you know, shows me where the middle is. And then measure from that mark, which isn't there, but it would have been if I'd been smart enough to bring my marker. Measure from there to the very end right here, where you've got the fish mouth. And then measure from here to this end, cut off the extra, put on your fish mouth, and repeat, lather, rinse, repeat, just like you did on this end. Just do it on this end. And there you go. You got your straight axe, and it looks pretty good. You'll notice the tips in here, there's a little bit of space between here. You put this one on. Heck, I can do that. I know this may be a long episode. If it is, it's going to be long. Okay? Let me show you something. This is real quick. If I can get the super glue to work, which it should. I'm going to put a little glue on here. And then I got a little glue on it. And picking up this piece. And I'm putting it down on here. Can you see what I'm doing? Am I holding it up in the thing? And then I'm putting my thumb on top to hold it down. And turn this straight shot. Look, you need this straight shot right here. And I'm pretty sure that's set. Okay? Now, I take my old calipers here. If the glue's dry enough, it may not be dry enough. But I'm going to clip it right there. And do another one just like that. You'll notice I rounded the end of it before I glued it on. And I glued it on a little too far back that way. It should be up a bit. But do that twice and then take this guy, your sanding thing, good level sander, put on there. And get it straight up and down. And straight this way too. And then glue on that little piece on the end like you see here. This. And right there it is. Well, it would be. Come on, man. Okay, like that. And then you got her. What do they say? Bob's your uncle. Okay, well, that's enough for that long-winded. I am terrible at explaining things, people. I'm trying so hard, but this is the best I can do. All right, next is... What have I... Oh, by the way, this is what we're doing that straight axle on. The 71 Charger. I don't care if they did quit making gassers past 70 or 71. Who cares? I want this to be a gasser. I think it'll look cool as heck as a gasser. So guess what? It's gonna be a gasser. I just want to run this by you real quick, because it's a by you. Remember this thing? I got it because it's unique, but I don't like it. I never built it. I've taken parts out of it for other things. It's silly. You got an Indy car with an outhouse sitting on top. What? But something can be done with it. There's something can be done with anything. What I got is it. Okay. Now, a friend gave me some parts the other day, and amongst those parts, I say, was this top half of a Mama's pie wagon, and the front was bit off of it. But there we go. Now, I like the pie wagon. Don't get me wrong, the way it swoops up, but this is different. And I don't have the swoopy part, so. And I can widen this white part out to where it sits on it. About like that. And chop the top. Take this much out right here to where we got a little windshield and a really long crimped down C right here. And I think that'll make one cool street rod. You know, just regular street rod. Yeah, I'm hanging on to these two pieces here in that box, just in case I want to build that. And I think I do, because I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, now Herman's wrecker. Dum, bum, 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 bum. I may need another comedy drum roll. Okay, that was a good one. There we are with Herman's wrecker, and let me set this down. And you'll notice there's a boom in the back, and I'll get it around here in a minute and show you. I got rid of the snoot grill, and I got this. This is an extra grill from Beverly Hillbillies, but it looks like a tombstone, so I'm going with it. It's got the roundy tombstone type top. Yeah, but I haven't decided on headlights yet. Somebody told me they would make me some cool lamp headlights if I let them know. I just hadn't got back to them yet. And I'll tell you who it was if I get them, or when I get them, or whatever. Anyway, I ramble. I do. I should have been a Rambler, or at least American Motors. Okay, here comes the boom. I'm fixing to lower the boom. It'll come out. I'm going to take it out and hold it up here close because Herman wanted a boom for the wrecker, and he thought, well, I'll just have to find one. He went down in Grandpa's lab into the room in behind it where they had torture chamber from old time, and he got the boom from that other wrecker, but there wasn't nothing else down there, so he went back to Eddie's play set in the backyard, and this was part of Eddie's play set. I'm not sure exactly how he played on, but I'm told he used to hang around right here. He would hang around there a lot. And how it works, Herman will turn this knob, and it just comes down like that and hook to a car, and then turn it back up like that. It's a small knob, but Herman's very strong. Now for the details of it. I think you can see them. I got steel plates on there, wherever all the friction parts would be, and up here. And I got this brace rod running along the top, strengthen up that wooden boom. I don't know if it was a teeter-totter or whatever it was. Herman found it, brought it out. I think it's cool, and it's very medieval looking with the big old rivet where they put it in and beat the ends of it flat, and the iron plates and the wood, and it sits right in here really nice. Okay, and that's so far so good on Herman's record. I'm gonna let her come around just a little bit. And yep. Okay, well, 17 minutes. Wow. I am a talker. Let me know what you think. I hope y'all like that boom. I do. I'm really proud of how that came out. It really looks like a Herman wrecker boom. Oh, in the back of the wrecker, I got these two gas cans. You know, you've seen them. And one's gas, one's oil. Or what would they be? Y'all give me some hints and clues. Tell me what Herman would be carrying in cans like this in the back of his wrecker. What would Herman be carrying? Okay, y'all tell me in the comments, because I'm going to write it on there, whatever y'all say, because we need something creepy, though. It needs something Herman-y or Munster-y. All right. Okay, well, let me see. I am so far behind on my comments, but y'all keep giving them because I keep plugging away at them. This is me typing. Boop. Where's it? Oh, here it is. Boop. All right, now then there's a boop right there. Now just where's that? Oh yeah, boop. Like that's me typing. So it takes me a while, but I do love the comments. I wouldn't know how I was doing if you didn't tell me. Okay, I gotta tell you a real quick story here about my cousin Danny. Really great guy. He has passed on now. I think it was 72, and he found a 1970 Judge. It was white, and it had that brown interior, brown vinyl interior, and the stripes over the, the pointy stripes over the front and back wheels, arches. And they were gold, brown, light brown, something like that, 3-color. Beautiful car. And he bought it, and he was driving to work in it, back in it every day. And we was leaving work, I rode with him, and he pulled out on the road, and there was another car in front of us, all hot rod and stuff, and he did this big burnout in front of us like he was challenging Danny to do a burnout. And Danny said, well, I got this big old 400 this big old 400 cubic inch badass Pontiac motor in here, and I'll show him. And he lit her up. Man, it was smoking the tires, but all of a sudden, kablam, the motor nuked itself, man. I mean, it was a huge explosion. Parts went flying everywhere out from under the car. Parts of the crank came out. all the pistons and rods came out. I mean, it just got destroyed. So here he is. He's got this car. It's only maybe 2 months old since he got it, and it's only 2 years old since it was new. And he found a 327 small block Chevy motor he was going to put in it. And we was at the speed shop looking for parts. He was really looking for headers. And this guy came in. He was driving a brand new Vet. I'm telling you, a brand stinking new Vet. Couldn't have had 1,000 miles on it. And he wanted to know if he could put up a flyer right there by the cash register. The guy said, yeah, what do you got? He says, I got this brand stinking new Vet out here, and it doesn't get more than maybe 10 miles to the gallon. It's got that big block in it, 427 hot rod motor, and his insurance rates was killing him. And he had the for sale 427 hypo motor out of a brand new Corvette. I forget the numbers, like LT1 and something, but it was one of those really badass motors. And he said he only wanted $200 for it because he was trying to get rid of it real quick so he could put a small block in it. And it was me and Danny and Charles there. And we started ponying up our money, and I had like 70, and I think Charles had 50, and Danny had 80 or 90. And we scraped up 200 to give him for the motor. Not right away. We followed him over to his garage, and he pulled into the garage. It took Danny and Charles less than a half hour, to set the motor down out of that car into the back of Charles's truck. Give him the $200, and it was like the next day he had it down in that Judge. But he put headers on it, and it would not keep a muffler on it. No matter what he did, every time he stomped it down to a burnout, it would blow the mufflers right out the back of the car, right out from under it. And so we finally found some purple hornies. Y'all remember purple hornies? They were huge, man. Suckers were huge, big as the collectors on the muffler, and they bolted directly to the collector and then turned down on the end. Man, did those things sound cool. And then he could do a burnout without blowing them out from under the car. He had those M50s on the back, real big wide tires. Anyway, that was my be there at just the right time to get that motor. Right place at the right time sort of story. And as far as I know, he had that car when he passed away still. It was a beautiful car. Anyway, I gotta go. That's plenty of stuff for me to show you and do. And if I came up short on anything, y'all let me know in the comments. And if there's anything else you need to know about this axle, ask me in the comments. Next week, we'll set the ride height on the front and start on the springs. Okay? And don't forget, comment, give me a like, and a subscribe with the black bell if you don't mind. If it ain't too much trouble. Like that. That's all you gotta do. And I will see y'all later. Love y'all. Bye. Thanks for coming.